Hey, so I'm going to be doing this reading on Precious Johnson and her husband. She is the young mother who gave birth, and I think she told her husband that the baby was not his, and he killed her and then killed himself. So we're going to get into the overall energy of what happened. So we have the Six of Swords here. This is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is moving towards a new life, leaving before you're even ready, okay? So this deals with communication. Like I said, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini, this is about moving forward, moving out of rough and choppy waters into peaceful, smoother waters, okay? And so she could have been telling him that the baby is not yours. I want to leave. I do know that his mother said they were having some marital issues. We have the Eight of Swords. So when I see the Eight of Swords, I feel like somebody, either her or him, felt like their hands were tied, okay? Felt like they were stuck, or felt like they were trapped, or were trying to play it off like everything was fine, or I'm fine, okay? There's also about therapy notes and a vision board. Feeling stuck, feeling trapped, feeling like their hands are tied. We got Jumpers. I see the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands, when I see the Four of Wands, I'm tapped into celebrations, marriage announcement, wedding announcement, birthday celebrations, birth announcements, buying a house, buying a car. So this was supposed to be a celebration. This was supposed to be a time of celebration. There's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, okay? So this was supposed to be a time of happiness and joy for both of them. Damn, it went way over there. We have the Empress. So love is the legacy. The Empress is about fertility, reproduction, birthing, a mother, someone who is creative, creativity, okay? So this is about expansion. It's about growth. I'm picking up on Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Taurus. I'm seeing the Six of Cups. So when I see the Six of Cups, I think about past memories, past nostalgia. And so maybe someone from the past came back into her life. I do know that they said she told her husband that the baby was not his. So maybe it was someone from the past, okay? When I think of the Six of Cups, I think of past history, past connection, okay? We have the Nine of Pentacles, okay? This is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. This is about a reward for hard work, abundance, okay? I think about rewarding yourself, but I also see the Knight of Cups coming in with a love offer. I see someone coming in with a love offer, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then I see the Temperance card, okay? This is about doing things in balance, in moderation. There's Sagittarius energy. I think about peace, happiness, and serenity, okay? And I'm seeing the Lovers. This is Gemini energy, okay? Primary choices. I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles, building generational wealth, building a legacy, long money, okay? But I'm also seeing the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. It's about commitment. I think of structures like school, hospitals, jails, traditions, values. But this is Taurus energy, okay? And so this is like someone being stubborn, somebody resisting. I also see the Seven of Swords. When I see the Seven of Swords, this is about deception. I always hear run. This is Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And so this is like you still here, okay? You said you was going to leave, but you're still there. You're still here. Let's get into, let's see what this deck says. I'm saying work labor efforts. When I see this work labor efforts, it puts me in the image or the energy of the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is work labor efforts. This makes me think about money. This makes me feel about balance. Okay, choices, decisions. Okay. We have someone, I feel like she felt like he was mentally and emotionally unstable, okay? So he could have felt like it was her, but this is mentally and emotionally unstable. It could have been her, it could have been him. I feel like it's her, feel like he was mentally and emotionally unstable, okay? There's a vibration of 13, which breaks down to the vibration of 4. There's about foundation, structure, and stability. I feel like someone's heart chakra was unaligned or imbalanced. The veil and animosity, okay? And so there were some arguments. The veil had been lifted, okay? There were some choices and decisions that she had to make. It was like she was smelling certain things. She was seeing certain things. She was sensing certain things, and there was some animosity, okay? We have endings. So I feel like she was telling him that she was leaving or she wanted to end things, road closed. I'm also seeing death magic, okay? And so this does not have to be literal, but it was literal, okay? There were endings, death magic, okay? The end, 10, the vibration of 10. 10 is significant. Ooh, we almost dropped all these. We almost dropped all these. There's some jealousy and envy, okay? There was jealousy and envy, okay? There was an awakening, okay? There could have been a rude awakening. Choices, decisions, vibration of 11. I'm seeing an energy of imprisonment. He was the nice guy, okay? But there was someone who came in with a love offer. I see the karmic masculine, okay? North node, south node, okay, relationships. But I'm seeing a health concern and I'm seeing a love spell. And there was a message of abuse. There was a transition, okay? Also, divination, money. He trusted this divine feminine. She was his sweetheart, okay? Let's look at that. Boss bitch, okay? We have the boss bitch card, runs own business, stable business, multifaceted, okay? BBT. Happiness hater, okay? There was a happiness hater. So like I said, someone from the past probably came back, but someone was a happiness hater of this union. I'm saying fake accounts, fake social media accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. There was someone like, there was a magnifying glass over this relationship or around this relationship. Someone was acting like they were unfazed. She was unfazed. She was unbothered. I feel like she probably could have been unfazed when she told him, okay? But she was becoming unfazed, unbothered. Didn't want to be bothered. There you go. Fed up. I feel like Precious was fed up about something, okay? I'm saying hustling. So maybe he worked too much, or maybe she was hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling. Maybe she was hustling him or he felt hustled. Crying over you, sad, hurt, upset. And I just heard, crying over you. I can't think of that. Crying out, crying over you. His ego was hurt. Her ego getting in the way of the relationship. You're getting in the way of what I'm feeling. Hey. There was an ego death, her ego. You know? In their head, overthinking, stress, overanalyzing. This gives me Gemini energy, okay? I'm also saying played out. Something became played out. Something was played out, okay? There was some reflecting. I feel like she did some reflecting, and there were some bad habits, okay? I feel like it could have been she married for money, okay? Someone was extra triggered. Confused, this way, that way, go back. Now, I want to know, what was she thinking? Precious Johnson, what was she thinking when she told him the baby was not his? There's the King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I feel like she felt like she had to tell him that the baby wasn't his because it was going to bring up a storm, okay? Still waters hold death. So she felt like if she didn't say anything, still waters hold death, okay? Death. She felt like things that were hidden were going to be revealed, okay? So there's the Moon card. Anxiety, fear, depression, not trusting one's intuition. She knew she had to tell him. She knew there was going to be an ending. There's the Ten of Swords. There's like a breakup, divorce, walking away, a transition. And then there's the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, okay? I'm also saying the Five of Swords. There were some arguments. There were some disagreements. This was a need for rest, reflection, to unplug, to recharge. I'm also saying the Three of Swords. There was some heartbreak, some sadness. How did she feel about Kynath, her husband, Kynath Terry? How did she feel about Kynath? I'm saying the Ace of Swords followed by the Death card. When I see the Ace of Swords, I think about new thought patterns, clarity, a renewal, an opportunity, but there's about communication. And so I don't know why when I see this card, I think about the court building, but there's about communication. There's some shadow work that needed to be done. And then I'm saying the Death card. There's the vibration of 4. There's Scorpio energy. There's about releasing what no longer serves you. This always gives me the energy of the phoenix rising up out of the ashes and the flames, okay? And so we want to see how Kynath feel about Precious. Get it loose. Almost at the card up. Claim your light. He felt like she was a trophy. Victory is a vibe. He felt like she is a vibe. When I see the Six of Wands, it's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. There's about a recognition or a reward, okay? And so he felt like she was a trophy. She was a vibe. She was pretty. But there was some jealousy. There's the Page of Swords. When I see the Page of Swords, there's like an epiphany. I think about research. I think about writing, okay? I feel like there was someone who was looking, someone who was searching, someone whose eyes were open, okay? And so there's about observing. Don't assume. This is like, I get like, spying. Could be overanalyzing. Let me see what this deck says to me. Over-analyzing. And so this was like having an epiphany moment, okay? Let me see what's going to come out of this deck. Toxic love. And so this love became toxic, okay? Pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without, okay? I'm also seeing crossroads. She felt like she was at a crossroads. See you at the crossroads, so you won't be lonely. So this was like making a choice and a decision. And so she was a safe space, a sanctuary, okay? And my heart spirit. Somebody was deep fake, convincing lies, altered truth, virtual deception. Seeing is no longer believing. And I'm saying divine intervention was needed, divine timing, and there was some type of wake up call because there were red flags. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Thumbs up, comment, tell a friend to watch this.